Hey guys, Joshua and Eli here from This Is Podcast, a show where we talk about whatever we want, whenever we want, and nobody cares.
Hi, today we have another discussion on yet another firearm for you. So, without further ado, this is Firearms.
Hey guys, hope you're having a beautiful day and welcome back. Welcome back to our show. If you haven't seen our previous videos, go check them out. Or if you haven't seen the podcast before, go check that out as well.
Yes.
So, I want to talk about today the Ruger Single 6. And now this particular Ruger Single 6 is from 1957. It is passed down from my wife's family, so we're very excited to have it on the show today and be able to show it off a little bit and talk a little bit about it.
It's a beautiful piece.
It is a really cool piece.
The only thing I think you said that's wrong with this one is that the bluing has come off a little bit.
The bluing is fading in spots. You can actually see on our side the bluing's fading here, right there, all around here. A
lot of the high traffic areas.
Right. So
those are the original grips, if I understood.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Those are beautiful original grips.
Yeah, they're really cool.
It is, if for anybody that cares, it is the 3-screw model. I guess there's different models over time have had different numbers of screws throughout. That is the 3-screw model. It's made in the 5th year of production of the Ruger Single 6.
Yeah.
Which came out in 1953.
Which is still a gun that's in production today.
Yes. Now it's very different. It's not. I shouldn't say very different, but it is different today. It is. If I understood correctly, they only have it in the silver color, the chrome or whatever.
Okay, right, the silver finish.
I couldn't find one, I should say, modern made
with a blue steel
finish. I like the blue steel finish.
I do too.
I don't really like revolvers that much that have the silver finish.
They're too industrial looking to me.
Yeah, and the revolvers, although they are a gun, which is a tool in its own respect, also these are artfully made.
Yeah.
First of all, the grip is wooden. If they wanted, they could have easily made out of slap some leather on a stick. They didn't do that. It's designed for handling and for good looks. You could walk around town with them slung on your sides, and people are, oh, look at those pieces. They're BA. What I don't know. I don't know what they said BA in the Old West, but. They are very cool. It is in .22 long rifle, which is not a common round when it comes to hand. Well, it's a common round. It's not commonly used for self-defense or anything like that. It's a very small round.
Right.
Not really used for big game hunting, obviously. We got our 22 long rifle collection out here. We got some. We only fired one out of it. We only fired the Federal Auto Match out of it.
Right. Yeah.
So all the videos that are throughout this are all on the Federal Auto Match. They're not with my Winchester small game hollow points or the subsonics, the Aquila subsonics. They're not like that at all. But it was a blast to shoot when we shot it.
I have a special nostalgia for this gun. This is perhaps the Ruger Single 6 is perhaps one of my favorite guns of all time. And it's primarily because when I was 10 years old, this was the first gun. I was 7 years old. This was the first gun I've ever fired. Mm-hmm. Our grandfather took me out to the gun range, took me out to the Anglers Club, and I was allowed to carry this on my side. He gave me a holster, and he showed me how to load it. He showed me how to use it, and I was able to shoot it. And now what's interesting about the Single 6 is that it has a .22 long rifle cylinder.
Yep.
You can also remove the cylinder, put another cylinder in that's smooth. You see they have these little grooves here. Mm-hmm. There's a smooth instead of a grooved cylinder, and that's for .22 Magnum. Yep. And so I fired off .22 long rifle, and then he had me change out the cylinders, and I started firing .22 Magnum, and
just like every revolver that has a changeable cylinder, it's relatively easy to change.
Oh, it's super easy to change.
Just a little pin that you pull out,
and then pop it out the side.
Yep, and it's easy to clean because of that as well.
Yeah.
Really, not a lot gets down to the trigger mechanism or anything like that because it's mostly concealed. All the powder and all that going on. The mechanisms are all concealed up top in the open once you take it out. So it's it's pretty easy to clean. Pretty easy to maintain. I love it. I love revolvers. I have a thing about revolvers. I don't really like snub nose or short revolvers. Now in law enforcement, I have read a lot of law enforcement still use when they're going undercover or anything like that. They still use a 38 special, a little short snub nose revolver.
Right.
So if I do end up going into law enforcement, I'll probably end up having one. Mm-hmm. But I don't necessarily like them that much. When I think about revolvers, I think about this classic look, this longer revolver. I don't like the big 9-inch, 12-inch barrels, anything like that. But I do like a sweet mid-range length revolver. And it was you had asked me, and there's pictures on our Instagram that detail it. Our favorite guns to shoot. Andrew's this past weekend was the Mosin Nagant. Mine was the single six. I had a blast. It was my first time shooting a revolver. Overall, this weekend was.
That was your first time shooting a handgun, wasn't it?
Now it wasn't the single six. My first time shooting a handgun was technically the Derringer.
Okay.
That we shot before, and we just made a video on that a little bit ago, and you check that out too. So, this weekend was a blast for me because we did shoot the Derringer. It was the first time I shot black powder, and if you go to the black powder video, or the Derringer video, watch it. I talk more about it, and it was a blast for me. Like I said, for me, it's my favorite gun, probably my favorite gun of all time because of the nostalgia.
And Michelle's mom had said, "Oh, I have a revolver. If you want to shoot it sometime." I was like, "Yeah, I want to shoot it sometime." And so we went up, and she pulled it out, and I was like, "Oh my god!" I was like, "Oh my god, that's a Ruger single six." And I immediately, she was like, "It's really old. You're gonna need to take it apart." And I was just like, whoosh, and I took it apart. I took out the cylinder, took the pin out, took the cylinder out. Was just checking it out. I immediately knew everything to do with it because I've shot this gun so many times with our grandfather.
You did say that there was something missing on it that you were expecting to be there because it was there when
I
you
wasn't
shot
thinking about it, and that is the safety. So the 1957 model, everything, all of them made up till 1974, don't have a safety. It wasn't until 1974 they added a push-button safety on the front here, a bar safety on the front here.
Yep. Just like the
Ruger 1022.
Ruger 1022 that I have.
And a lot of other guns. A crap load of guns have that bar safety. That's a pretty standard safety.
So you were expecting it to be there, you're like, wait a minute, where is it?
Yeah, well, it was funny because you were talking about, you're like, I'm going to look and see where the safety is. So it's a bar safety on the front, it's a push button on the front.
Well, I had mentioned that there are some older some older revolvers, along with today modern, I don't know about other companies, but the North American Arms pocket revolvers have them. They're these little notches in the back of the cylinder that make it, when you pull back the hammer just a little bit, you can spin it. But you spin it in between the round, you can lock the hammer back in place and lock so not even the cylinder can turn while it's put away. So I just didn't know if it was a gun that had that because I don't know much about the single six until
So
now.
when you asked me what you were talking about, I was like, no, it's a push button safety on the front. Well, we got out there and was like, the hell? So where's the safety? I was like, now I know I'm not wrong about that. Well, it's because the one I shot, it was clearly after 1974. It was probably a newer model. Even newer than 1974. It was probably a 1990s model single six.
Yeah. Now.
There's that. It doesn't have a safety, but that's okay.
Well, you talk about half cocking it, the trigger locks up.
Yeah.
Completely. So that's that's kind of a safety. A lot of people say the best safety in guns is between your head, and that to a certain degree is true. I still stand by when it comes to gun safety, just in general rule. The best safety for you is between your head, but if your children get a hold of this or something like, there's
or
a lot of other
if their
things.
bad guy gets a hold of it or whatever,
Anybody.
It's one step between the gun going off and potentially avoiding a disaster.
Yeah. So
now Ruger will add a safety
That's
to
what I
anything
was
made
gonna say,
before 1974. However, because this is a family heirloom, this was Michelle's great grandfather's gun. Because of a family heirloom, I probably will opt to not put a safety on this just because I want to maintain the historical integrity of the firearm. Now, if I personally bought a pre-1974 Ruger with no family tie, no family connection,
You probably would.
I probably would go ahead and have the safety put on. I think Ruger does it for free. I probably would go ahead and have the safety put on. But because of the family connection, I want to maintain the historical integrity of it.
I understand that.
So,
That what are your final thoughts on that? That's an awesome gun.
Yeah, I don't even have word. You know, saying like about 22 long rifle, shooting 22 long rifle, is that it's cheap, and it encompasses everything you want to do when you go shooting. It's cheap to shoot, so you don't feel like there's this huge impact on your wallet when you go when you go shooting. Yeah, you can go shooting on the weekend. I could go pick up a pack of 22 long rifle for the weekend and be good.
You can get. Now we did shoot. In all account, we are making a collection of our empty shell casings of 22 in this old Jack bottle here, and we did shoot somewhat around 160 rounds. So that's about 3 of these. But still, even
okay.
then,
So how much were those?
Well, this right here was...
So that's the Aquila.
Yeah, this is the Aquila Subsonics. This was $4.99.
Okay, so for 15 bucks...
Yeah,
for 15 bucks, I could take for 15 bucks, I could take the kids shooting for the weekend, go up north and take the kids shooting for a weekend, and not feel like
you broke the bank.
I broke the bank. It's light to shoot. You don't have to worry about the kick, the impact, the
also light. It's lightweight. You don't have to carry. You have a big ammo box that's full of. That has what 200. It has 220 rounds in it right now.
Right.
For the Mosin Nagant. This box weighs what? Not even a quarter of how much that weighs. It has 325 rounds in it.
Right.
You can toss this box into your backpack.
Right.
So
that's my thing about the 22 is that I think that everything you want to do when you go shooting, you don't have to worry about a kick or a recoil.
And you can see that when we're shooting. You can see there's not a big.
You don't. Yeah. So younger people or smaller frame people can do it without any worry. You don't, when you're just going out and shooting targets or just shooting cans or whatever, you don't need to make a big impact on the target, so you don't have that. I think that 22 long rifle just encompasses everything that's fun about shooting into shooting.
Without breaking the bank.
Without breaking the bank. And so, this gun, it's just the nostalgia, just was an absolute blast to shoot.
We didn't mention, it is single action.
It is, it's a single action.
I do actually I enjoy single action revolvers.
You do feel a little bit like a cowboy when you get out there and you're able to, pull back the hammer every time.
So
what are your final thoughts?
I love it. Now I can't afford one right now, and when I turn 21, I do plan on getting a handgun. So I'm currently looking at going into law enforcement, and because of that, I'm going to get probably a 9mm. But I also want a revolver, so I'm kind of looking at the Heritage Rough Rider models. They're decent guns. I've done a lot of research on them, and they're relatively inexpensive. So I'm looking at getting maybe one of those as well. So when that comes around, we'll talk more about this stuff. So. We are kind of out of time. I think we're wrapped up. So until next time, I'm Eli.
I'm Joshua.
And this is Firearms. Hey guys, I hope you liked today's episode. And if you did, go ahead and press that little like button below. Also comment if you've had any experiences at all with what we talked about. Also, go ahead and share it with your friends if you think they'll enjoy it. Don't forget to check us out on Facebook, and check out our new Instagram page at This Is Podcast. Well, I think it's time to go shoot some rounds off.